quickly for you. I'm going to be your host for the evening. My name's Armin Jack. What I do specifically is I specialize in leadership development and emotional intelligence. I believe life is energy. And if you have none of it, if you're sitting down like this, you might not have a great life. But if you can embody what you believe in, which is that life is a privilege to be alive, and it's our choice to feel what we want to feel, then I kind of vibe with you in this sense. I like to hang around people with energy. This mic needs some energy as well. This mic, we need to make this. We got to bring this life back to life. We're gonna work with what we got. Everyone say something with me for a second. Everyone say stuff happens. That's authenticity. If the mic is cutting in and out, it's happening. But we're still going to persevere, aren't we? We're still going to do this again, aren't we? We're still going to announce what the future holds with global exchange, aren't we? So I want to bring up some speakers for you as well tonight to kind of share with you the future and show you what's possible. How many, by the way, have actual GX tokens in the room? I mean, I know I do. How many? Okay, who does not yet? Who does not yet? That was a trick question. We all got free GX tokens just coming to the event. So all we have global exchange tokens, which right now are worth a lot of money. But that's only right now. We literally launched months ago. Wait till a year from now. Wait till 5 years from now. What happens to an investment, a great investment? What happens over time? It grows. Best investment we make is in ourselves. The next best one, literally, is GX tokens. That's what I believe of, or else it would not be you. Yeah, is that good? All right, do me a quick favor so we can just change up our state and we can be prepared for a good amount of energy and a lot of fun. Do me a favor, turn to your neighbor real quick. Turns in real quick. Turns in your neighbor next to you and just say, "Your GX alive." All right, turn to your other neighbor. Turn to your other neighbor and say, "I know. Okay, beautiful. So, I'm going to quickly tell you a little story before I bring up the co-founder of Global Exchange. I started out as a salesman. I'm about 9 years in sales now, and I say sales and communication. Like if I can have a conversation with you, say, "Hi, what's your name?" Renee. "Hi, Renee, I'm Armin. If I can talk to you." If I have value that can exchange with your money, that's a sale. True or false? Of course, right? It's nothing else. It's very simple. When you're starving, right, and you have $15 in your pocket, and you go buy a fast food burrito or a Harvey's or whatever it is, and they show you the advertisement, and that food they have is making your mouth water, and you're starving. What happens in a moment, in an instant, in your mind, that picture and the potential of what you could be eating and tasting becomes more valuable than $15 in your pocket. True or false? True. That's all a sale is. Good persuasion and value. I won't say value. Value is what global exchange is all about. We want to not give you value in a cryptocurrency token, also give you value in a family. Because around the world there are GXBrokers. There's not just us. See, I stand here as one, but I stand for 10,000. There are people all around the world that believe in what's happening with global exchange. So when I started out with Sharpan, we were actually in a little office. And we were renting the office. And I started with him, with the people. And we started this little organization. We just wanted to become better people. And Sharpan was our leader, co-founder of Global Exchange. He was our leader. Before he became who he is today, before he started all of this, I got to see him when he was literally hanging out with me every day until 5 a.m. And he would tell me all these future projections he has, all these dreams. And I'd sit there thinking, "God, you're crazy. You're one crazy mother, you know?" Because I would sit there thinking, how do you think like this? I remember this one time we're all sitting down, there was about 3 of us with him, and he was giving us this lecture, and the lecture was about natural selection. He was sitting down and we had ideas. We're 3 entrepreneurs being trained by him, and we had ideas. And they weren't anything yet, they weren't a business, we didn't even incorporate yet, but he gave us the feeling that we could be CEOs one day. So he was developing us as CEOs. And he sat there with me, with 2 other people next to me, and he gave me this talk. And he said, "Listen, guys," word for word what he said, paraphrasing honestly. "Guys, you guys can do whatever you want. You can start this company, you can build it, or you don't. But there's someone across the world who's dying to have your position." And I'm thinking, like, we don't have a company yet. What position are you talking about? But this is how much he had faith, right? When he talked, it was already done. There was no waiting for it to happen. It was already there. He talked as if it already happened. And I would look at him in astonishment. And, outside I'm looking like this. On the inside, I'm thinking, holy crap, how does this guy think like this? And I remember sitting there and he was saying, look, there is about 1,000 people that are coming from different countries that their culture taught them to work 10 times harder than you do when they're sleeping. And if that doesn't scare you because they're working for your position, I don't know what will. And I remember sitting down like, okay, yeah, it's motivation, it's motivation. We didn't know who they were, where they're coming from, but someone's coming. Sharpay made us think that. Someone's coming for our spot. And he said, and I don't have to get rid of you, and you don't have to quit, and I don't have to fire you. Nothing has to happen. You know what's going to happen? It's called natural selection. Survival of the fittest. If you care enough, you'll be here still. That was 5 years ago. And I'm still here in his life. And there's actually only me and one other person out of about the 5 or 6 that we were there. So I got to grow with him and see him develop all of this. Not just global exchange, but also invest. Anyone know invest? You see invest right there? It's global exchange and invest. The first brick and mortar bank for cryptocurrency.
Yes!
Stop. Give that round of applause. Let's stop. The empire I saw him develop over time blew me away. It only inspired me every time we meet for a shareholders meeting. He would let me know what's going on. And the last time I remember seeing him, before I started seeing him recently, we were in a shareholders meeting, and he looks at me and he says, I'm going to give a lecture on China. I said, for what? You're thinking, like, you never expect this from someone. Because they're growing and they're a sleeping giant, no one knows about it. So I got to let everybody know in our team, because we got to prepare. Because the future, China's going to run everything. And I'm saying, they're like, well, how do you think of this stuff? Like, I'm thinking, like, Infinity War just came out. Like, it's a good movie, we got to go watch. He's sitting there thinking, China's going to dominate the world, we got to prepare. Right? We got one Chinese in the audience. Yeah! So I'm just sharing these stories with you because I actually got to start out watching him develop. Believe me, believe it or not, who he is today, exactly who he was 4 years ago. And even 7 years before that, when I actually saw him growing up in different companies with me. He's actually never changed, he's only grown. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. So I'm excited because I know the company's in good hands and the team he's developed around him, just being a mirror image of what I saw and only getting to know them now, and all the VPs and everything. This is in good hands. And I didn't believe in crypto. I did not. I didn't know what it was. I didn't think about it until I sat down with Sharpay. He has a way of doing things. He has a way of getting something across in your mind. And he makes you excited. He just wants you to hop on board. You don't even know where you're going. Just get on board. We're going somewhere. Sharpay's the captain. Let's go. So, I'm not going to take up too much time. I just want to share my love with you guys because I got to grow up with him and kind of see him, and now seeing all this, I would say, oh my God, I'm blown away, I can't believe it. Most people say that, right? Yeah, my response is I wasn't surprised. I am not surprised. In fact, we're still too small. This is going to be times 1,000. Just give it a couple years if it's up to Sharpay. So, without further ado, I would love for you to help me welcome on your feet the co-founder of Invest Canada, UK, America, and also the co-founder of Global Exchange, Mr. Sharpay Hirkasky. Big round of applause! Good. Yeah. Thank you. Ian, am I mic'd?
I don't really need this mic, but I'm going to use it for the sake of decency. First of all, I want to thank everyone. First of all, let's give a round of applause to Armin before I continue going on. That was exceptional. So yeah, Armin is a very close friend of mine, a large investor in one of my companies, and he runs a very successful personal development empire is the only way to call it. And so I called on him to come and do this, to host it. And he was so gracious to do so. So again, thank you so much. I want to give another shout out, but this one I want a loud round of applause for Ian. Oh my God. Give him a round of applause. I met Ian not too long ago. I met him, he came to the branch. He lives really close to the branch. And he is a crypto savant. He has been in cryptocurrency longer than all of us. Who's been in crypto for longer than 6 years? 1, 2. I see 2. 7, 8. There we go. Got Satoshi back there. The stories he can tell you, he has been taking this camera, I don't know if it's this identical camera, around the world, documenting the rise of cryptocurrency. In that camera, he filmed the writing when Vitalik was writing the Ethereum white paper. In a matter of fact, I don't know if he wants me to reveal this, the Ethereum founding team promised him Ethereum when they did their ICOs. He calls it the mother of all ICOs, which it was, for shooting a documentary on them at a penny, or I mean, probably less than a penny. 20 cents, Ethereum. Needless to say, that didn't work out. But he is he's currently doing 2 things for us. He's shooting a documentary called The Challengers, which we'll preview today, which is the rise of cryptocurrency and tokenized economics as a solution to artificial intelligence and automation. He's also shooting another documentary called Who the Hell is Satoshi Nakamoto, which is not associated with us. He's trying to find out who he is. And he has interviewed everyone you can imagine in the crypto space, small, big, influential, crazy. So he is just a wealth of knowledge. I'm so honored that he's chosen to work with us. And it's just, the work he does is so incredible, so incredible. And that's his son holding it down. Shout out to him too. Perfect. So I am just kicking the event off. We got a jam-packed night. We got a lot of people who like to talk a lot. So I'm gonna have to keep it short. And I really appreciate each one of you for coming out. Some of you have come from all over the GTA, Montreal, Ottawa, other parts of the world. It is truly an honor to have your presence here. It makes it what it is. And the sign of commitment that you guys show when you do something like this is just remarkable. So again, let's give a round of applause to everyone sitting in the audience. And the final person that we need to thank is some of you have gotten to know him very well. I've gotten to know him extraordinarily well. Like, so well, we don't want to talk about it anymore. Because his wife is in the audience, so she might start to assume some things about me and him. This is a man I met almost 2 years ago who shared the same conviction about the industry, who shared the same vision about how the world will look. The only difference is we couldn't be more opposite. He is, just look at me like characteristically, he is literally the opposite. You couldn't draw a more opposite person. And we started a journey together 2 years ago at the end of 2017 for Invest. We'll talk about that. And over the last 2 years, we have built out an incredible organization with his steady hand guiding the way. So I'm going to call him up here, and I want you guys to, again, stand on your feet. For this one is really special. So just so we can, again, give you guys the full introduction to what we have tonight, please welcome my co-founder, the COO of Invest, Mr. Warren Carson! Perfect. So, as you can tell, yeah, we kind of look different. But, you know, it's incredible what 2 people who have the same vision can come together to build, irrespective of circumstances. So, we're just here introducing our first speaker. And, Warren, would you like to say anything?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, say something. Just tell them about how, you know, he really works behind the scene to put this all together. So, give them your gratitude for them coming out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. But no, it has been an amazing journey. I can't tell you what it's been like to share some time with Shorefon. I've had several businesses prior to going into business with Shorefon, and my businesses have been very centralized in the GTA, Durham region, and that's kind of where my life was. Once getting involved with this guy, things just hit the fan, we'll say, and it's been pretty crazy. Last year, unfortunately, I was away from my wife for about 5 months of the year on probably 50 plus different planes around the world. But he's introduced me to people that I've never got to know. He's been a mentor for me, a leader for me, I think in 4 years, he's going to be half my age. So, it's been quite incredible. It's quite easy to forget how young he is, but he's definitely changed my life forever, so thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. No, we're going to give him a few. So, first speaker up, he's not going to take too much time, but most of you guys know him in the audience. He is an extraordinarily influential person in Toronto, but also all of Canada. It's someone I'm honored to call my partner. He is the largest shareholder in Global Exchange outside of the founders. He has paved the way for a lot of the things you guys are going to see today, and he's going to talk a little bit about his involvement in the company as a shareholder and as someone who's watched it grow from the sidelines to kick everything off. So, without needing any introduction, because he is who he is, and you can tell him by the way that he wears a suit, I would like to call on stage Mr. Perry Wong. Mike,
right.
you need the
Yes,
mic.
absolutely. Wow. This is insane. I mean, Chopin calls me up today and says, Perry, I need a ride. Okay, I guess I'm going to pick you up, right? That's what you do, right? But yeah, so I've known Chopin now for just over 2 years. When I first met him, I said, wow, this guy's young. He's enough to be my kid, I think, right? I mean, mathematically, yes. But once you start talking to this man, you realize, wow, this guy's highly intelligent. This guy's a genius. And I don't say that too often with some people. Like, you know, there's not too many people you meet up that you can actually say this guy's a real genius, and he's one of those guys. He's a pure genius, and I knew not to point on that. Whatever this person does, I want a piece of that. You know what I mean? So I learned to latch onto things because, you know, I've been a CA now for 25 years. I'm a chartered accountant. I've been doing wealth management, investments on for over 18 years. So, you know, I got an eye for, you know, making money and seeing what things work. That's one of my fortes. And he's an investment. This man is insane. He's a beast. When I met up with him, I said, this is the guy that's going to go somewhere. I just got to make sure I'm going to be part of that movement, whatever that movement is, right? So 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, I met him from Helen. So thanks to Helen. Helen all there, introduced us to us. And yeah, I mean, this changed my life totally. I mean, last year, he calls me up. He said, Perry, you know, it was like 2017, I believe. No, 2018. He calls me up and said, Perry, let's go over to Seattle. I said, Seattle, like, what's going on? I got some Starbucks or what's going on? He goes, no. We're going to do a major cryptocurrency little, what they call symposium or something. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell are you talking about? Cryptocurrency? Like, I don't know, Bitcoin or something, right? I don't know. He's calm. You know? So I flew out there and hung out in Seattle for a few days, and I'm like, wow, this crypto stuff is real. Like, I learned all the blockchain, all this other shit, and all these guys from Australia, all over the place, all over the world. And I'm like shocked. I'm like, man, this is serious stuff here, right? And all these guys were like twice his age. And there's this 24-year-old guy talking there, and they're like, wow, I'm impressed, right? And they saw what I saw, and I saw right there that this man has a vision. I mean, this room, this is the first GXBroker symposium today, right? First time, right? Awesome, right? This room's packed. And I'm like, wow. I know he had this vision a year ago. He had this vision over a year ago. This is what a visionary is, right? He sees this. He already saw this. He's already 2-3 years ahead already. He already knows he's going to pack, you know, Air Canada Center or something. Like, this is nothing. This is just a start. And that's what Chopin is all about. He's a man of vision. He's a man who knows what he's doing. And yeah, I mean, when he told me about this crypto stuff and what he's doing, I saw the Invest Bank. He's been to the Invest Bank out in Pickering there. I said, wow, this is like brick and mortar crypto. This is insane. Like, how do you do this? This is nuts. So, you know, I just definitely have to get involved. In that, and I saw an opportunity. So since then, his rise has been awesome. I just love seeing how this guy works. I just love seeing how he just goes out there. He never sleeps. I mean, have you ever seen where he sleeps? He's on the floor. This guy's insane. He doesn't have time to sleep. He just shuts down for 1 or 2 hours, and then he goes up and he works again. So this guy's a non-stop working machine, and that's what I totally admire about the man. But that's about it. Enough to say about this great man. I'll put the mic on to Armin here. Armin is son is reborn. Have you ever been reborn here? Reborn experience? You gotta set this guy up as I plugged in. They're amazing. You changed my life, so thank you very much.
I thought it was going to be the last minute infomercial right there, like an advertisement. So how you guys feeling so far?
Energized.
Energized, right? I'll give you, but everyone do me a favor, just sit up in your seat like you're actually a commoner. Sit like a commoner. Sometimes we get slouched, and then our whole life starts looking like that, isn't that true? Sit up if you can, if your arms are crossed, try to put them on your lap. Power doesn't happen when you're closed off. Power happens when you're open. Your mind kind of works like a parachute, doesn't it? It only works when it's open. Keep it closed, you might fall and hit the ground. I heard that one from a really good mentor of mine early on. So, this is just the beginning. We want to actually bring up edify some of our big contributors as well to the company. And yeah, I'm excited as well because I remember going to the first Invest brick and mortar bank. They bought out an old TD. Like they kicked TD out. So you guys are old. We need to bring real currency. Make some noise for that, by the way. The next person we want to bring up real quick is a very, very big contributor as well. A lot of time, effort, and energy gone to this entire project and has been building the future with the team. We consider it core team as well. So please give me please help me out and give a big, huge round of applause for the VP of Business Development, CN Tigley. Where's CN? Can I get CN right here?
Big round of applause for Armand, everybody. I wasn't really expecting to be up here tonight, but they said, look at his shoes. Let's get him to say something. So here I am. So I had to put some things together. I got here on my phone. And the first thing I was going to say was, how a big round of applause for Armand. So I'm a massage therapist, and I also play the organ at church. I do all the weddings and funerals, so they're dying to see me. It wasn't funny. It was cold, actually. Oh, I do it again. But I also do a lot of 50th anniversaries. And I was at this one 50th anniversary. And so the couple went up, and you know, the man spoke. And somebody said, so what's your secret for being married for 50 years? I said, well, you know what? When we first got married, we decided, right then and there, that we were going to go to this restaurant twice a week. It had fine dining, music, dancing at the end. I said, twice a week since 50 years ago? They said, yeah, isn't that expensive? I said, no, she went on Tuesdays, I went on Thursdays. It's a good deal, right? Personally, I've been in the crypto space for about 2.5 years now. But I've been networking for, I'd say, a good 20 years. And I'm going to say there's a lot of people in this room, a lot of really old faces. Really, really, really old faces. And some really, 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 really young faces. Where are you? Perry Wong, where's Perry Wong? So I just want to remind everyone that if you have your phones, please turn them off. Because if it rings, we'll know who Perry's got to give his tokens to. I'm kidding. But I just want to say that I met Sharpan about a year and a half ago. And one of my good friends, known her since I was 8 or 9, she's not here tonight, but introduced me to Sharpan the same day that the CTO guy, where's Aaron? Stand up, please, Aaron. Big round of applause. Yeah, please, stand up. Stand up. That was the first day that we both met Aaron. I introduced Aaron to Sharpan and the group. And I thought, who's this young guy? You know, but you know what? Funny thing is, once he started talking, I thought, wow, he knows what he's talking about. I thought I knew crypto. But when he spoke to our team, right, shared those guys, the guys, I thought they knew what they're talking about. Then Sharpan spoke, and I thought, wow, this 32-year-old really knows what he's talking about. He's not 32. We all know. How many here know how old Sharpan really is? And it's Sharpan. For those of you who don't know how to pronounce his name, it's Sharpan. Sharpan. Sharpan? It's good? Sharpan. Kind of like Sharpen. Sharpest axe in the, yeah, you know what I mean. Right? So, that was about a year and a half ago. I'm sorry, no, about a year ago. I met you just before summer last year. And I knew this guy was sharp. So when he asked me to meet with him, when was it? I think maybe it was just before April. I said, okay, well, he's gonna come see me, right? He's a big guy, but he's gonna come see me. And you know what, he did. I thought, okay, this must be really important. And he sat down with me because I've been networking for a while now. He says, here's what we have. And blah, 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 blah. OTC, what? Say that again? Yeah, we're gonna have our own OTC where you can actually get people to buy Bitcoin for you. And just to give you a little background, I'm also a broker. So if you're looking for crypto, I can get you some crypto, some Bitcoin. Oh, sorry, shameless plug. But when he said that you can have your own brokerage, and anyone can get that link, they can buy the crypto yourself, the Bitcoin, and when they do, they're your customer for life. I thought, okay, I've been selling Bitcoin for the last year and a half now. I have to go meet people at this station, that station, all over the city. Right? How many of you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, most of you. And I thought, if I could do that, and I can expand it, and get other people to do the same thing. I've done this before. People making money because they're buying or selling crypto. I don't have to be there. Right? I remember there was over $240,000 cash in my car for a Bitcoin deal. Right? Remember, Brandon? I told you about that. Oh my God, I felt like it was a deal.
Tell me to finish.
Yeah, that was a little while ago. And I thought, there's going to be a better way. So when he sat down with me, the only thing that I heard was that you don't have to do that anymore, CN. I thought, great. Because I'm already doing this other business. And you know what? This helps. And he says, you know, CN, when the gold rush was happening, who made the money? The one selling the shovels. And that's what we're doing. That's what I saw. And talk about support. I went to a crypto convention in Bangkok. And I said, Sherman, I'll be back. Don't worry, I'll be promoting this still. He says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Bangkok in Thailand. He goes, okay, I'll see you there. Huh? What? So I was there promoting this. It's a way for a lot of network marketers to be able to have access to Bitcoin, because some of you all know that when you're in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency network marketing space, what's the biggest bottleneck that's going to stop you from growing any faster? Having Bitcoin, right? So I went there, promoted, and there's a lot of people here right now because of that, right? Where's Brandon? There you are. And where's Renee? Here he is, over here. Yeah, Jason. We've got Karen over here. We've got where's Luigi? Luigi over there.
I can see it.
Right? There you go. So there's a lot of people that saw the vision. And the vision was, let's do this worldwide. So when we went to Bangkok, there were a lot of leaders there from everywhere. Australia, New Zealand, Portugal, Poland. The list goes on and on. And how many brokers are here right now today? About 200? If that? Okay. Do you see the magnitude? You see how big this thing can get? This is bigger than us. Okay? I've got people right now doing these conventions worldwide, starting this GX brokerage thing. Okay? I had no idea it was going to get this big. No clue. Yet here we are. This is our second launch. Okay, we already started Montreal, so the way I see it, what's next? Winnipeg? Or are you going to skip Winnipeg? Sorry. Nothing against Winnipeg. But then Edmonton, we're going to keep going west. But you guys see the vision?
Yes.
Okay? I no longer have to go drive around with $240,000 cash in my car. Is up. I just wonder if there's anything else I was going to say. Let's see. Shoes. Very warm.
Yeah, I think I'm about done. Thanks, guys. Armand.
Another big round of applause for CA! Alright, so how many of you are excited to now learn about what this thing is that everyone's talking about? You guys excited? I got like 5 people. We can email the 5, the rest of you can go home. You guys excited to hear about this business, yes or no? Alright, okay, so what I want to do is I want us to bring back the co-founder again, Sharpan, and before I do that, I want you to remember, if you're going to learn about this, what do we do when we learn things? Do we just sit there and listen? No, what do we do? We take notes. Take action. That's good. That comes right after. That's action, by the way. Action is taking notes. Look, we're going to tell you a bunch of stuff tonight. And it may or may not change your life. I don't know. It's up to you to decide. It's changed definitely a lot of our lives. But if you really understand the potential of what this future is going to look like, it's going to change everything about how you think. So do me a favor, grab your phone, if you have something to write on, write something down. Here's the reason why. If you remember, if you learn and hear everything tonight, you'll learn maybe and remember about 10 or 20% of it. If you write it down, the way the brain works is that you'll make an impression on your brain times 2. So now you remember it up to 50% retention ratio. Let me ask you a question. How many of you would like to learn and then remember at least half of what you heard tonight? Okay, who would like to learn more and remember more? Okay, good. So here's what you want to do. As you're listening and you're writing, also make mental pictures as you're writing. Remember moments, star things, maybe use a second color, underline it. Your brain doesn't like, when it's trying to remember things, your brain needs to see patterns that are different. So if you just write with, for example, one black pen the whole time, nothing changes. It's going to blend eventually, it just looks like sand in your head. But if you do multicolor, if you underline, if you do little stars on the side as you're doing big things, like major things, you'll remember, oh, that's important. So your brain will remember it. It'll go deep into your subconscious mind. You'll never have to think about it again. You'll just remember it'll come back up. How many of you want to know a lot of this stuff when you're maybe introducing it to new people? Yeah? Yeah, I got 5 people again? Same 5 people, by the way. Same 5. So do me a favor, just take notes. Do yourself a favor, take notes. Don't just listen and do nothing. Unless you're a guest and you just want to vet this out, no problem. Leave it to the next presentation, the next part of it, to kind of understand it. And if you get as excited as we've been getting excited, then we'll see you on the other side. So help me welcome back up to the stage, Sharpan and Caspathini.
Armin, am I good? You are. This is how it's great. All right, I might just toss this thing out. So, now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of what it is that we're here to learn about. This is actually more what I want to talk about, the company, the trajectory, what we've done so far. We are exactly 45 days away from our launch. So we are 45 days prior to the masses hearing about us, if we have anything to do with it. This is still quite early in our product roadmap. So you are getting the first take. This is the first meaningful size event that we've done. We did one in Montreal. Where's the Montreal team? Oh my God, I love them so much. Thank you guys so much. And then we'll be doing another one in Montreal next Saturday, followed by a couple other places around the world, leading up to our August extravaganza, which I will speak about as well. So just to take a quick show of hands, I know Armin already did this. Who is not a broker? Oh, that's remarkable. Okay, so who listens quickly to things? For those that know, I talk extraordinarily quickly and I speak in jargon. People in the cryptocurrency space tend to jargonize everything that they say to sound normal. So if at any given point I make no sense, just look at me with a blank look and I will repeat myself. So quick, I will give 5 minutes about what we have done as a parent company. This is pretty exciting stuff. This is really what everyone keeps talking about as the incredible things that we've done. This predates global exchange. This is the vision that catapulted global exchange to where it is today. And it started with a company called Invest. Get it? Invest, no I. Shout out to our marketing department. The real idea, and I really appreciate speaking to an audience with this demographic, in 2017, me and Warren both watched the price of Bitcoin, along with everyone else, go from about 1,000 US dollars to 20,000 US dollars. Who remembers that? Oh, yeah. Who was ready to buy a Lamborghini? Dave, no? Couple, right? Yeah, no. Who was ready to buy a Lamborghini in Q1 of 2018? Yeah, nobody. Yeah. Nobody. That is, I remember those days. There's a lot of coupons I was using. Anyway, what we were watching was the normalization of cryptocurrency from a financial perspective. What I mean by that is typically typically financial markets run ahead of the maturation cycle for technology. There's very good economic theory that would state that speculation about technology is always about a couple quarters, if not a couple years, ahead of the actual technological adoption. And that's what happens with cryptocurrency. It happened with the internet. It happened with every meaningful technological innovation. So in 2017, the markets got ahead of themselves. And when the markets get ahead of themselves, everybody pays attention. I remember going to a barber shop in November of 2017, and every single person was talking about Bitcoin. I mean, these are people that like cut hair, and they wanted to know about Bitcoin. You get into an Uber, they wanted to know about Bitcoin. My sister or my aunt would ask me about Bitcoin because they heard about the price going up. And me and Warren prognosticated that the current cryptocurrency companies don't actually appeal very well to an unsophisticated audience. So now I'm going to cause some polarization. We call them older people. But really what I mean is baby boomers and Generation X, right? So all cryptocurrency companies in 2017, still the case today, target one age demographic, 25 to 35-year-old males. They are the best customers for cryptocurrency. They have extraordinarily high risk tolerances. They make decisions very quickly. They're what we would call new money, so they're willing to risk it. Whether it's a Coinbase or a Bitstamp, that's their customer. And me and Warren thought we were, the next Peter Thiel contrarian investors. So we said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build a company that targets baby boomers for crypto. And these guys are horrible customers for cryptocurrency. No offense to anyone. Yes, I'm so sorry. I really apologize. But they have very low risk tolerances, extraordinarily low. They have long learning curves, meaning you have to keep talking to them over and over again for them to start wrapping their head around it. And they've worked their whole life for this money. They're not trying to lose it. So we had to build something that engaged a familiarity index with them. And I spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia when we were coming up with this, but I really understood there was this stark difference between Asia and North America and the way they adopt cryptocurrencies. In China, if you go, excluding crypto, forget about crypto, if you just go to China and try to pay with cash, they'll laugh at you. Right? I have a very embarrassing story about how an old woman working at a I think it was like a faux place in Shenzhen just couldn't stop laughing because I wanted to pay her in cash. And she's just like, haven't you heard of WeChat? She was mocking me like in Mandarin. I couldn't even understand. So there, in Asia, and a lot of continental Africa as well, they went from having no banking infrastructure to going to mobile banking. But in North America, you've had 7 decades of good is subjective, strong retail banking infrastructure. So my parents, when they were 16, went to TD Canada Trust, and they were informed, this is how money works, this is a checkbook, this is a debit card when debit cards came out. Their parents would have done that as well. So if you want to attract North American and Western European baby boomers, you need to bring them this asset class in a way that they are familiar with. And so that was the birth of InvestBank. We built an online banking software that's live now, you can use it. And what it allows you to do is manage your long-term positions for cryptocurrency and fiat currency. But we decided to distribute this software through physical banking branches. And so our first one we acquired was a TD Canada Trust in Eastern Toronto, and we just renovated it and made it an InvestBank. So you can come and get onboarded into the cryptocurrency asset class. And this sense of security really gave us an edge as it pertains to attracting that. So for those of you that haven't seen it, there's a video that was playing earlier, but I'm just gonna play the entire thing of what the branch looks like. This same branch model is gonna be duplicated across North America over the next 2 years, as well as the United Kingdom and then entering continental Europe as the onboarding place for the baby boomers into cryptocurrency. And by the way, I make fun of the baby boomers a lot, but do they have the money? All the money. I mean, it's sad how little money everyone who's not a baby boomer has in relation to how much the actual total total gross income is. It is staggering, and they don't want to give it away. They're terrified that their kids are going to squander it, so they're holding on to it, and they need an asset that is going to be the next generational asset for them. It's actually a great way, a great solution for them, but they need to be ingratiated. And so this was our solution and still is. Can you play the video? I think it's in tab. So we thought that was a pretty interesting idea, and it's proliferating quite rapidly across the 2 countries we've pre-launched that in, which is Canada and the United Kingdom, which is where we have our 2 corporate offices for InvestBank. Obviously, the fact that it's burdened by real estate causes some stagnation in the degree to which we expand, but we're always in the market looking for former bank branches to acquire. And it's a good time to look for former bank branches because a lot of them are closing. Why are they closing? Because it doesn't pay to have a branch. It costs a lot of money to have a branch. So we are coming into the market at a very optimal time. So what do we do next? We launched something called the Invest Group. You can go find out about this at invest.com. And the Invest Group was essentially us taking the same agile development strategy that we applied to InvestBank and trying to lend it to other companies in the cryptocurrency space. So we said if we can scale our engineering and our deployment strategy for InvestBank, can we invest into companies and incubate them with that same strategy? And so we launched this incubation company, which became Invest Global. Scroll down for a little bit. Thank you so much. Go down. And you can go on this website and read all about every single one of the different entities that we have a holdings in. There's about 21 different companies. All of them are in different stages of their development cycle. They tackle everything from exchanges to banking to data management to software development. Everything is in the crypto space, and all of them are distributed across Asia and North America. And the reason this became, that's our CTO. You guys haven't met him yet because he's headquartered in Bangalore, but he will see this, and so I'm glad that he's on the footage. Where we took it from here is what led to Global Exchange, because we understood, because we had our hands on the pulse of the industry to some degree, what the largest problem was. See, with InvestBank, we are tackling mainstream adoption, which is how can we normalize the sector? The largest impediment to mainstream adoption is security. Now, that might not be well acknowledged by many people because they don't know what the threats are of having cryptocurrency. So if we're successful in getting people cryptocurrency, what is the next step in terms of, this is the $1 billion word, and it might be the most boring subject you ever hear about, custody. Custody is really not a term in traditional financial markets, but it became a huge term in cryptocurrency, which is a question that arose that said, who has the crypto? So for all the people that put up their hands and said they have crypto, where is it? So that's a great answer. I wish more people had that answer. But most people would say the answer, I have it on Coinbase. Yeah, blockchain.com, which is a fantastic wallet, but still centralized. And to give you an idea of how dangerous that is, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that became the major problem to solve. That became the opportunity that we were seeking as to how can you onboard, how can you secure. And that duopoly is what created global exchange. The last thing I want to talk about is what's our kind of scale? What's our corporate girth? So we have this idea called Invest Campus. So Invest Campus is incubation centers that we build all over the world. Our largest one is in Bangalore, India, which is where I spent the last 10 months of my life before coming back in April. And then Warren went over there, and I'm sure he had an incredible experience. And we have one in the UK, which I just came back from this week. And then we're building our third incubation center here in Toronto. And what we do is we staff it with engineers. We hyper-specialize them in cryptocurrency programming languages. And then we push any of our projects through them. And so you're going to get to see what that looks like in India. We have about 120 engineers there. And I started it in August of last year. And Warren went there in May of this year and made it into what you're going to see.
So as we finished the campus, things were progressing a little slower than expected. However, we had just a few days left, and the guys worked through the night. Our team here, our project team, worked incredibly hard to push the crews along, and we were able to finish literally on the day prior to me leaving. And I can't tell you how incredible it was to see each and every person as they come in here and their eyes open wide and their mouth drop down and just in awe. Their expressions was absolutely stunning, and it made all of the hard work absolutely worthwhile. I can assure you the team felt exactly the same. They worked so hard, and the reward of being able to see the excitement and the absolute awe of the situation was quite incredible. So it's been almost a year now here in Bangalore, and the team absolutely deserves this. They deserve the fact that we're able to give them a much better place to work, and they can feel comfortable and proud about where they work.
So the one word to describe the new office would be incredible.
So that is energetic. So I will explain you why. You can see right now that a lot of people are full of energetic, and they are very happy to be a part of new Invest campus, which is in Bangalore. And I hope that this energy level will convert into a productive ways. So that's why.
It is an innovative place where you can experiment with your new ideas.
So our new office is very well organized, and it is more spacious, and it's perfect.
Nice environment, nice sitting arrangements. Feel great. It's awesome.
I would say magic, because it was done within the blink of an eye. I would say it was 1 month, but we never knew when the 1 month got over. And when we came in, this room was blank, like there was nothing. And today you see everything is blue and white, and I love the way it looks. So I think it is only magic because of which it is looking that beautiful that it is looking right now.
So if I wanted to say one word for the new office, I would have said like organized maybe, because it's really like the old office was not organized.
You good? Pause the video. Fantastic. You know what my favorite part about that is they kept degrading the old office. That's the one I built. That's so grateful, so grateful. No, it is incredible, yeah. No, I mean, that it kind of is like a before and after of what we've done in India. By the way, we're by far the largest blockchain investor in southern India. That's not a huge accomplishment because, say it again? Well, it really is if you understand the long-term macroeconomic impacts of that. But in the short term, the Indian government isn't too friendly toward cryptocurrency, so they've kind of warded off all of the crypto startups there. However, we've gone in because we don't sell anything domestically there. We only provide incubation and engineering services for our international companies. We were able to build great relationships with the government and also scale out what we're doing there. So, oh man, I could spend like 3 hours talking about how magnificent of a payments market or just a market for cryptocurrency is for India, and same goes to China. So we are excited. We have quite a bit of infrastructure that we've built over the last 2 years that have set us up for what you're about to hear now. Cryptocurrency markets, I think Cian touched on it beautifully. When there is a new gold rush, and I don't care if you're skeptical about crypto or you're in love with it, this is the modern day gold rush. There's not even a close equivalent to what this is doing to financial markets and what it will continue to propagate through the financial markets. But when there is a gold rush, you don't want to be the people digging for gold. That is a big time no-no. John D. Rockefeller Sr. had a very great quote when someone asked him, why don't you get into the oil drilling business? And he says, let the folly do that business. I like refining oil. And that is what he did to build the largest company in the world at the time and held that title. You want to be the people who are selling infrastructure. In other words, you want to be the place where people come to fulfill their gold rush dreams. And right now, that part of the market has already developed. There's lots of people making quite a bit of money into it. And you guys know those companies very well because you use them every day. Oh, it's a good day. Who's happy when they see the green on CoinMarketCap? Oh, man. Dinner's on you?
Yes.
What's the total market cap of cryptocurrency right now? Go up. 276 billion, right there. Make it perfect. $276 billion, if you add the entire US dollar notional value of all of the cryptocurrencies together, is what you get, 276. That is a insignificant number if I've ever seen one when you compare it next to the other financial asset classes. In 2017, that number was 800 billion US dollars. So we're down 1/4 almost of where we were at the crescendo of the market. For some people, that means it's failed. For some people, that means it's on sale, depending on which side of the aisle you fall in. The question is, whether it's at 276 billion or at 800 billion, how do we still make money? Well, the people that held, like me, neither here nor there. We're still waiting, let's say. Who made the money off of this? Exchanges. So let's learn about them. CoinMarketCap, people don't know this. CoinMarketCap is the 5th largest financial website in the world. If you run the analytics for it, this will give you an idea of how popular cryptocurrency is from a sentiment analysis perspective. There are 70 million people in a bear market every month that visit CoinMarketCap. What are they all going to see? Price of Bitcoin. They're going to dig for gold, but you guys are too smart for that. Let's sell some shovels or water or t-shirts or anything to those people that are coming. And those who are successful doing that, CoinMarketCap already aggregates. Can you go to where it says exchanges? Zoom out. Right there, beside cryptocurrencies. Exchanges. And the reported volume is just insane. So click reported volume. Mind you, there's a lot of number fudging in cryptocurrency, so I'm going to take everything with a 75% discount. Okay? So whatever the number is that the exchanges are reporting, let's knock off 75%. Okay? Just so we can take the worst case scenario. All right, so number one exchange, BitMax. Who's heard of BitMax? Yeah. Beautiful, that's fantastic. So let's see, BitMax, oh, by the way, these are not cryptocurrencies. These are exchanges. Exchanges are market makers where people go to buy and sell different cryptocurrencies. They have emerged over the last 3 years as the dominant places where these things are exchanged. The exchanges lead to volatility. That's where you see price fluctuation in this marketplace. BitMax, in the last 24 hours, did how much volume? I think that says 6.2 billion. In the last 7 days, they did 32 billion. Do you know why that is? Because the markets are fluctuating. Anytime you can increase the volatility index of an asset, the exchanges will increase their volume. When did BitMax launch? Yeah, I don't think they're a year old yet. Okay, so remember, I'm going to be hyper conservative here. Let's just say they're taking, and I know BitMax's fees, but let's just say they're only taking a point, not 1%, 0.1% maker fee. Make sense? Not 1%, 0.1%. So how much would that be that they charged on that $6 billion to process that? $6 million yesterday. And that's not including withdrawal fees, deposit fees, any other fees they might charge, the spread on their books, the slippage on their books, and let's just assume they're not trading with your money, which is a big assumption to make, a really big assumption to make. That is $6 million in one day. Did the price go up or down? They don't care. They could care less. Actually, if the price is going down rapidly, that means people are selling. Oh, sellers are desperate. Sellers will sell no matter what the fees are. This is the business you want to be in. All of these, there really is about 270 meaningful exchanges in the world, but top 10 capture almost 80% of all of the volume. As you can see, it's mind-boggling. So is this the picture-perfect business model?
Not yet.
You got it, whoever said not yet. Because there's a slight issue. I love this business model so much. The slight issue is they duplicated what they saw in the traditional financial markets. They said, let's run to crypto because it's obviously a new asset class. People are going to want to exchange it. Let's build out infrastructure, but let's make it look like a FX brokerage. Or let's make it look like an equities exchange, like a NASDAQ. There's just a slight difference between fiat currency and cryptocurrency, and that issue is that there is no recourse once your crypto is gone. Everything in cryptocurrency is governed by the custody of your private keys. Your private keys are cryptographic numbers that protect your position on the blockchain. Whoever has your private key has your cryptocurrency. You might not even know what that is, and if you don't have them. The platform that you are leaving them on has them. And that might not be scary until you understand that it is only an eventuality. And by the way, none of this information that I'm sharing as context to the business is my genius workings. This has been espoused by all of the leading security architects, all of the leading engineers in this space, that it is only a matter of time before these exchanges shut down. I'm going to explain why. And some of these are my friends. So let me just give you a little bit of context. Number one, they will all suffer from negligence. Negligence is them running away with the money. Now that can never happen, especially in a country like Canada. It can only never happen in Canada, which people say that a lot. I mean, maybe in the US because they're a little risky, or maybe you're in Canada, I can't put my finger on it. I feel like I was reading a story the other day that, I'm not going to say their name, but because I don't want to pick on people, because real people lost $300 million. But there was a sizable Canadian exchange where the founder passed away, in India of all places, when I was actually there, and my CTO ran in the room and said, dude, all these CEOs of exchanges are getting killed, like you should be careful. I'm like, thanks. I'm just like, I didn't hear he told me, I'm like, that's bizarre. One person, not even one company had all the private keys, one person. Like, I'm scared when I keep important files on my phone, because I could leave it on a plane or something. This, we're talking $300 million on a laptop. But I'm sure there's legal recourse. I'm sure because you're in Canada, you can sue them. I imagine that regulators still believe that that's real, that they have the big stick that can hold these companies accountable. I would love for that to happen. It's just not possible. It's not technically possible. It's not legally possible. There's no way this money's coming back. The only thing you're going to have is maybe the government will subsidize some of the losses, which would be astonishing. But that money's gone. because they're just going to run off with it. Now, that doesn't mean all exchanges are bad, and that definitely doesn't mean they're all trying to run off with your money, but I'm just asking a question. Tell me why they shouldn't run off with your money.
Repeat business.
Well, that's fantastic. That's just a bell curve. They're going to continue servicing you until the pot is lucrative enough to leave. I mean, if I'm a good con, I'm not going to take the first time I meet you. I'm going to let you believe that we can do business, and you'll trust me because you don't know any better. Because it's easy to use an exchange. And maybe it's not worth the $10 million, maybe it's not worth it at $50 million for them to leave. $100 million, things start to get real tempting. Have you seen $100 million on a computer? Not in cash, on a computer. Because $100 million cash is hard to transport. You have some limitations as to how much money you can transport. $100 million on a computer, maybe on a phone, on a chip. What about 250? What about Binance was $12 billion? These are systemic risks. Okay. I actually, by the way, I use Binance, and I actually never think they're going to run away with money. I think they're solid as it comes for exchanges. So, because it's only my luck that like next week something happens, and this is all recorded, and I vouch for them. But honestly, on a serious note, let's just say they're not negligent. That is negligence, is at least you can sit there and be like, well, all of you guys are dumb for putting your money there. The next one is even more insidious, which is if they're not negligent, if they're all run perfectly fine, every KYC, every process is put into place, every security measure is taken, they will all get hacked. That's just not even a question. I mean, that's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when. It's a game theoretical flaw in their architecture. What that means is, let's do some simple mathematics. Let's say there's 100 people in this room. Let's say we all have $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. So we have 1,000 computers that have 100 computers that have $1,000. That's a collective $100,000, correct? If someone wanted to take that money, they would have to hack into 100 different security systems. Because my password is Sharpan is the best, and CM's password is Sharpan sucks. And you're going to have to keep running algorithms to try to break into that. And I have some McAfee Windows firewall that I installed last year and haven't turned it off, so that's a firewall they're going to have to break into. And CM's using a Mac, so that's going to be tough for them, but they'll get it. Eventually they'll get it. And they'll take $1,000. They're going to be like, what a waste of time. And they're taking futures, they don't know about $1,000, I have 100. That's not it. You know what's really interesting? What if we take all of the money and just leave it on an exchange? Now what we've done is we've taken $1,000 that was on 100 computers and put $100,000 on potentially one computer. And now things get really lucrative for malicious actors. Because you tell me why they shouldn't allocate everything up to $100,000 to try to take your money. If that exchange spent $90,000 securing your money, is that enough? Technically not. That money's come, that money is gone. So when you're talking in the billions of dollars being held on central systems, might not be one computer, could be a network of computers, but the actors know there's a gold mine there. I always make a joke when I'm telling this part of the architecture. It's like, I'm actually wasting my time right now. We're all wasting our time. The most profitable thing that we can be doing is trying to hack into an exchange. Because there's a guaranteed result there. I mean, you can take any of those exchanges and just hire a bunch of hackers anywhere in the world and say, I'll keep paying you until you get in. It works. That actually works. Mathematically, it works. That game theory works. Okay, so then why are people using them? Does anyone know why? We all use them. I mean, I use them.
Convenient.
It's convenient. And this is the keyword you're going to hear over and over again by people that value convenience. It's fast. It's liquid order books is what we call it. The order books are nice and liquid. To a trader, that's like a juicy steak. Oh, you got liquid order books? I'm there. I want to get in and out of my positions quick. And so we leave all of our money there until it happens to us, of course. It's never going to happen, right? No. There was $6 billion stolen since 2012. That number will become a weekly figure. Not lost because the market has gone down. That's not what I said. Stolen. Like, I go into the spot and take it. And you just know who I am. You'll never be able to get it back. So there are some solutions to this currently: decentralized exchanges, decentralized networks of exchanges. There are distributed exchanges. There are some very interesting computer science solutions to this. But none of them have been able to grab mainstream adoptions the way, like 97% of trading happens on these exchanges. And they're the best business in the world. This is the best business in the world. There's nothing better. You would have to get into illegal businesses to beat this. If you can. I mean, they're printing money. We're talking $6 million a day in a bear market. If those in the crypto markets would know this, Binance made more profit in Q1 of 2018 than Deutsche Bank did. And Binance at that time had 60 employees. And Deutsche Bank had 160,000 employees. Booked more profits, audited, booked more profits. And the market was doing what in Q1 2018? You remember? I remember. Oh yeah. Tumbling. So, that is the business you want to be in, but there's a huge opportunity if you can solve the security architecture. Now go to the global exchange page. So we spent 16 months prognosticating this problem. The engineers have come back to me almost 16 times every month and say, it's not going to work. You're just not going to be able to get this done. You're going to have to build a decentralized exchange. The issue with the decentralized exchange is very slow and inconvenient. It's fantastic. I love decentralized exchanges. I trade on them. But no one else will. The joke is like telling someone that has a McDonald's addiction to try and go eat broccoli. They're not doing it. You have to give them a substitute that at least makes some sense to them. And so we came up with this idea called an exchange operating system, which is taking the idea of like Linux or Windows, two complete opposites, but the idea of an operating system and applying it to exchanges. So hypothetically, what did Windows do? Microsoft Windows, by the way. What did Windows do? Windows was ingenious for really one thing. Their technology is okay. But what they said is all the hardware manufacturers are irrelevant. IBM is irrelevant. HP is irrelevant. Lenovo is irrelevant. Because you'll never know anything about them. You wouldn't be able to tell me the difference between a Lenovo and an HP. You can't open it up and you wouldn't be able to say anything about it. But you know how to use Windows. So it became the system that you used all computers through. It became a common standard. The same thing happened in mobile phones, the same thing happens to like smartwatches, the same thing will happen to any form of complex computation. They'll need to get abstracted into operating systems. And so we said, well, what if the exchanges are the hardware manufacturers? And you can build an OS that intermediates between the customer and the exchanges. Well, that would be very interesting. Because then you can disintermediate the functions of an exchange. You can take apart everything that they do and hand it back to the customer in pieces. And say, you do with it whatever the hell you want. Does Windows care if you send an email or if you're listening to music? No. Does it care if you're making a movie or if you're watching a movie? No. They have disintermediated computation and given it back to the user. Obviously, Windows being a closed proprietary system is not as good as an example as Linux, but you get the idea. And we said this can happen in the cryptocurrency markets. And so we built out the world's first exchange operating system. I'm not going to go too deep into the product specs because I can sit here and talk about that for hours, and I will put everyone to sleep. But these are our 7 trading applications. This is the 7 trading applications that make up Global Exchange OS, GXOS. These 2 are the most important applications in GXOS. Everything else is augmented around those 2. The first one is a trading social network. It's already live at live.globalexchange.com. It's like we're trying to build Yahoo Finance for cryptocurrency markets. There's authors and contributors that come from all over the world to make posts on it about what the market conditions are. Completely free, by the way. That's live.globalexchange. You can click on any one of these if you go here. For everyone that wants, I'll email you out all the online literature so you can take a look. GX Academy is like a Udemy for cryptocurrency markets. That's also live. That will connect people that want to teach people about cryptocurrency, people that want to learn in the form of online courses. GX Algo is an automated trading platform that basically you punch in English parameters You say if it goes above this point, sell. If it goes below this point, keep. And they put it into Python. The two centerpieces are very interesting. GXTrade is our routing engine. This is how we plan on solving the problem of custody, at least for non-high frequency traders, which is all of you guys, I would assume. If you're a high frequency trader, come talk to me. What we have done is we've essentially taken a cold wallet, which lives on your computer. That's fancy words for saying a wallet that lives on your computer. And we've connected it to 170 of the exchanges using a well-known open source protocol, and we have just flipped and built the interface that allows you to interact with them. In other words, you select a trade, and then you select an exchange that you wanted to route to, and then you click go. So you no longer have to leave the money on the exchange. You can actually keep the custody of your balance and route the percentage of the trade that you want for it to trade to. And so now you have all of the exchanges order books in one consolidated terminal, and you no longer need to sign up for every exchange in the world, and you get all of it in one place. Is there a video that I have loaded, GXOs? Yes, it's time for the revolution. Go around.
So don't let them steal your life. Don't let them break your stride.
Okay, so this is what the basic terminal, we have two terminals. One is for average traders, everyday traders like you and me, and then one is for institutions. This is the average one. So this is what your trading terminal looks like. It looks like every other terminal you've ever seen. The only difference is that, and it's not good quality because it's not loading in good quality, but there's a button up there that says routing to Binance. And this customer is trying to do an Ethereum Bitcoin trade. Can you hit the better quality button? You know what to do? Yeah, perfect. And put it in, yeah. Let it load back up. And essentially what the customer can do is select where they want to route the trade. So whether it's Binance, whether it's Uboi, whether it's Coinbase, and they select that, and until they change that, they are routing to that singular exchange. Click it. So all of the exchanges appear in one aggregated terminal where they can select which one they want to go to. And just like Expedia.com, you are presented to them by price, by speed, by volume, and you have complete control over where you want them to go. You are no longer at the mercy of the exchange that you're using. Play.
It's a revolution.
Awesome. Take off the video. You can watch the rest of the video later. Go back to GXTrade website. Beautiful. So that's what the centralized routing engine does. Again, for the interest of time, I won't go into the remainder of them, but each one of them have their own architecture, and the combination of this coming together is what disintermediates an exchange. So instead of an exchange, we're an exchange operating system. That's what the technology does. So the last two questions I'm going to answer before talking about updates, because I think some people are here to learn about what's coming down the pipeline, is how the community gets involved. See, every great technology is hidden in a closet somewhere. And no one knows about it. Because the issue with great technology is that the people building it don't really know how to get it out. And what we've learned and what we've studied at Invest is how do you engage the community? Because all of you guys are the community, and to be honest, I could have just said everything in Spanish. Because all of this only means something if people are using it and are empowered by it. So how do we plan on getting this technology to the masses? Two things. One thing is very cliche, and then the other one is probably the most innovative thing in cryptocurrency, and it is beyond commonsensical. So, the first thing is, and as many of you know, because Armin said it many times, we have our own token. So the GX token ties all of the applications together. In other words, to use any of the trading apps, you need to have GX token. We're currently in the process of performing a token allocation over the 2019 fiscal year. There's 350 million of them, and we're selling 300 million. At today's price, they're trading for 0.0018 Ethereum. That's probably today like 56 cents because the Ethereum price has gone up. The reason that's important is because we haven't launched yet. And on August 1st, we are going to launch this product. Some of the products we launched, some of them we haven't. The core two, we have not. So people are buying in before August 1st, because on August 1st, and what we call phase 3 of our token sales, the product goes live and the token goes live for trading. So you access instant liquidity and you access the utility of the product for the token. Because it doesn't really matter if you like the token or not. Your computer needs it in order to use this. It's highly utilized, in other words. This is our second innovation in terms of distribution, and this is the one I need everyone to pay attention to. If you understand this, you got your money's worth. I know you didn't pay for this, so you got your tokens worth. We sat there, and many of you have heard me say this analogy, but every time I say it, I get goosebumps. And we thought, how, or let me rephrase that, why is cryptocurrency not a mainstream financial asset? And we took surveys. And what do you think we got as our answer? Number one, she nailed it. It's technically complicated. She said that people don't understand it. That is absolutely the number one response we got. It is too complicated. Number two,
If you're going to be true,
hard to access. Government's an interesting one. That might be because of the government. It's hard to access. But the second one is it's hard to access. Where do you get it? And like, not you guys know where to get it, but if you don't know cryptocurrency, where do you get it? Do you get it at Scotiabank? CN Tigley? Where do you, no one, a lot of my friends hold management positions at Canadian banks. I couldn't believe this, what they told me. People come in there and ask for cryptocurrency. That just was unfathomable when I heard it. Like, people walk up to their teller and say, oh, this is a bank, can I get some Bitcoin? And the bank tellers are trained to respond saying, unfortunately we don't deal with that. Or, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so it's hard to access. And you're in Canada. You haven't been on parts of the world where it's literally impossible to access. Where it's most needed, it's hardest to get. All right, what's number 3? Control from the government is a really good one. They like to control things. Security is a good one, but I don't think people are that terrified of security. They don't know how insecure their networks are. Liquidity is interesting, but that's... Physical interaction, volatility. Who said volatility? Yeah, volatility is actually a really big reason people are afraid of massive price fluctuation. The real answer is they don't feel like it exists. I mean, this is like common sense. Yeah, where is it? Can someone take it with Bitcoin? I will pay someone to take out a Bitcoin. It's not tangible. It's completely intangible. I have yet to see a Bitcoin in my life. I'm still looking. Most stores don't accept it, but that's not even what makes it tangible. Can you explain it to someone? It lives in ether, cyberspace. Yeah. Most computer engineers have a tough time rationalizing that. Does it make sense? So it's not real. You cannot touch it. It's not houses. It's not gold. So let's repeat. It's technically complicated beyond, I have spent a considerable amount of my life and my health studying this. I still don't get it. I make the joke that ever since I found out about crypto, it has ruined everything about me. Every single thing. I have no relationships. I have no friends. I have no health. My health is a mess. I look okay now because Warren dragged me out of the office. That is all I could think about, and I still don't get it. So the average person, it's over their head. So the last question I'll ask is, does that mean it's never going to be adopted? Well, you might think that those are pretty good reasons for it not to be adopted. But every other mainstream financial asset, and a lot of people in this room sell financial assets that are not crypto, share those qualities. Except real estate, which is tangible. Everything else, mutual funds, insurance, seg funds, mortgages, any type of derivative, any type of registered investment, are they technically complicated? I mean, Ricky, does your average customer understand insurance?
Ricky Timble!
Shout out to Ricky! It is, if you go ask someone how an insurance company makes money, and they'll tell you how much they understand insurance. Is it hard, all of those products I just named, is it hard to access unless you know someone who sells it? Yeah. And number 3, can you touch any of those things? No. They're all fabrications, financial fabrications. So what's the difference? What is the singular difference between those products? Oh, perspective is true. That comes with time.
Can't be stolen.
It can't be stolen. That's a decent one. Policy, I guess. Fair. Reputation is built over time, but some of those products don't have that great reputation. Belief? Where does belief come from?
It's accepted, whether people are willing to accept it.
Why is it accepted? He said belief comes from the fact that it's accepted. Where does social proof come from? Say it again? Usability. It's questionable that any of these financial products are really usable, but I'll give you some of that. I'll tell you where it comes from. Where do you buy insurance? Do you buy insurance from the insurance company? No. Where do you buy insurance from? Your life insurance policy, did you talk to the insurance company?
Nope.
No. You bought it from a broker. Where do you buy mortgages from?
Broker.
Have you dealt with the bank has to underwrite the loan, but who came and sat beside you and said, this is a mortgage, don't worry, I'll get you approved, good credit, bad credit, sideways credit, I'll got you. You ever see those commercials? The brokers make it real. Now, I know I don't like every broker. I like our brokers, but I'm telling you in the regular financial space, I don't like every broker. But they do an invaluable job. Something that can't be replaced. They decomplexify the asset. They make insurance tangible, or else I'm telling you, it's not tangible. Your policies are not tangible. But the broker makes it tangible. He puts a face to it. He makes it real. He makes it easy to get. Oh, you want to get an insurance policy? I'll take care of it. Okay, well, where is that in crypto?
Right here.
Well, you got it right here. But before us, you just had faceless online platforms that expected you to learn their terminology, expected you to understand the asset class, and get on board. I'm going to tell you how successful that works. 276 billion. That might seem successful. It's not. Nobody wakes up thinking about buying financial products. It doesn't matter if it's crypto or it's insurance. Nobody. The only reason they're sold is because someone goes out there, actually hundreds of thousands of brokers go out there and make it their priority to sit with you and show you why you need it and decomplexify it and make it simple, make you believe in them. The policy is not real, the person is real. Okay, so I thought maybe cryptocurrency needs something like this. I've watched financial brokerages get built. Most of you have watched them get built. And so we launched GXBroker. And we said, maybe this can work. What if we give every single person who's interested their own online store? They get their own link. And if a customer buys from them, that's their customer. They can buy Bitcoin, they can buy the newest and latest tokens, or they can buy any of the trading applications and get their services fulfilled. Now, the broker becomes the face of cryptocurrency. I want you to understand that for 1 second. Just remember that. The broker becomes the face of cryptocurrency. That is astonishing. That, first of all, it hasn't been done yet. That's more astonishing. But beyond that, the impact that will have, I mean, we're early. We're so early it doesn't even work yet. We're that early, right? It's early days. But every cryptocurrency, every token will be sold through a broker. I guarantee you that. Because finance is not a direct-to-consumer market. It's not food. It's not, you don't go direct-to-consumer. You need someone who's you need an army of people who are incentivized to go benefit the asset class. So what does GXBroker do? Very simply puts, everyone gets their own store. Customers come to them. They can buy 3 types of things. Any mainstream crypto, and it's the simplest process you're ever going to see. I will debate anyone on that. Because remember what we built InvestBank for? Grandmothers. And I don't know about your grandmother, but my grandmother, fabulous cook. Fabulous cook. Right? Fabulous. But anything else? So your customers can buy crypto, they can buy tokens, and this is what I'm going to talk about next in the updates, what that actually means, and then they can do crypto to crypto trading. You become the exchange without the liability of an exchange. You don't do software development, you don't do market research, you don't do compliance, you don't do upkeep, you don't buy the crypto. Mr. Cien Tigli buys the Bitcoin for his customers. Ask him how much he likes that. Just ask him. I mean, you know why he wants to get rid of it. He needs to sell them because he's absorbing all the price risk. And he's driving around Toronto with $250,000 cash. I mean, he's not the only one.
Which car?
Yeah, what's the license plate outside? And he's gonna meet someone at a Tim Hortons. I mean, this, for people that are not in this space, this sounds like a fairy tale. For people that are not in this space, this sounds like a fairy tale. He's gonna meet someone at Tim Hortons that he doesn't know, and he's going to sit with them, and first he's going to make sure, is this the guy? So you'll message the guy that told you to come meet you there. Say, is this the guy? He's wearing a red hat. Okay, guy, perfect. You call him over. It sounds like okay, don't say it. So, all right. And this is, why is he doing it? Because for some reason, his customers, his constituents, his network needs crypto.
Sure, 1.2 million rupees. 2 weeks ago in India, I had to go pick up.
Yeah, I mean, we might not want to. Yeah, we do a lot of, let's say, rupee liquidation in India. However you want to dice that. And so we said, let's simplify that process and mainstream it. You know what the comparison to GXBroker is? Shopify. Who's heard of Shopify? Okay, that's good. Most people haven't even heard of it. Good, they're coming too, but they're much older than us. They said, we'll give everyone an e-commerce store, but you don't run an e-commerce business. You run a marketing business. We will do, Shopify does all the fulfillment, they buy all the products, they do the payments, they do everything. You bring people to your e-commerce store, you get paid, they're your customers. Right now, if you want to help your constituents get crypto, you have 2 bad options. Do what Mr. Cien's doing, or number 2, tell them to go to Coinbase. And in return, Coinbase will give you, I think they give you $10. Yeah, I think they give you $10, yeah. I'm pretty sure they give you $10. One-time fee of $10. One-time fee of $10. Coinbase is the most successful. I admire them so much. The most successful company in the crypto space. Over $60 billion exchanged from dollars to crypto, and over 60 million customers. In December of 2017, there was 1 million people signing up every day. In that bulk, they broke Coinbase. It was the #1 app on the App Store. Not technology, not finance, app. above Tinder, above Facebook, above, why? Because what did I say about my friends who are barbers? In a bull market, everyone wants it. So what did we say? Oh yeah, bull market. It might be time for another bull market. Who agrees with me on that? I think it might be time for another bull market. I think the price of Bitcoin has doubled over the last 2 months. If I'm not mistaken? So who's gonna capture this bull market? When your barber comes to you and says, oh, have you heard about this Bitcoin thing? And you're like, yeah, I've been in it for a while. Where can I get some? You say, here's my link. That's it. And this is Coinbase's miraculous, this is like the greatest play in history I've seen from a company. You outsource all of your customers to them, right? And guess what they outsource to you? Oh, they give you $10. They outsource all customer support to you. Because when your friend can't get into his Coinbase account, who does he call? You. And when something doesn't work, guess who he calls? You. So it's like you're working for them. For free. My God, what a pull-off. So what we do is the complete opposite. We outsource all the customers to you. You build a book of business in the hottest financial market on planet Earth. You have a toll road in the greatest distribution of financial assets. Fiat currency to cryptocurrency is the busiest toll road on planet Earth. Who wants to own that toll? It might not be a bad idea. A little trickle might not be bad. Passive. As passive as you're going to get. This is what it looks like right now. People can come to you. This is not our website. This is a broker's website. They can buy Bitcoin. They can buy tokens. They can buy with credit card. They can buy with e-transfer. They can buy with wire transfer. They can do it in a couple steps. And we take care of everything. Every customer gets 24/7 support provided by yours truly. Every broker gets 24/7 support in a WhatsApp chat that's only for you, provided by yours truly. And then you're like, Sharpan, where do you get all the support stuff? Well, first, we're building it. And number two, remember India? Yeah. Okay, India during the day, India day is nighttime here, so software. When it's nighttime in India, it is daytime here. Also, that's the customer support infrastructure as we continue to scale. Every single person has 24/7 dedicated support agents. You should see my WhatsApp. It's horrendous. It is just, it's unbelievable how many, and you know what they do? You know who they yell at? Us. When they make a mistake, you know who they yell at? Us. And we love it. Because sometimes people just need to yell. And in crypto, there's no one to yell at. Just the support alone puts this over the top. As a broker, you don't pay for anything. All you're doing is setting your own transaction fees. Let me repeat that. You set your own transaction fees and you collect revenue. Whether you make $100 a month, you make $1,000. I know people that make a lot more than that, but I won't say. You're doing it on your own clock. You can price CN at 1%. You can price Renee at 5%. Don't do that. Don't price them at 5%. You are now the exchange, and you grow out that network. That was GXBroker's vision. We launched it. There's about 200 brokers now. We understand the type of volume we can do in terms of how much crypto we can purchase. We will be the largest OTC trading desk by the end of next month in Canada, for sure, without a question. I'll tell you why. It's not because of us. It's because a lot of people want crypto. And now their friends are incentivized to onboard them. And into the latest tokens. And into crypto-to-crypto trading. And into decentralized money markets. All these things no one understands. But you don't need to understand it. You are just now the provider. You're the gateway. And this is the thing, as soon as Darren buys $10 worth of Bitcoin from my site, every time he buys crypto after that, I'm getting the transaction fees. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about who you're selling to right now. Just get them into your brokerage, because my granny, like I said, will go buy $20 now because she doesn't understand it. And then 2 years from now, when she cares about it again, She'll be like, oh yeah, I know, I want some more Bitcoin. I have a global exchange account, and I think like Sharpan was doing something earlier. Let me just go on his link. That's how people are. That's how Coinbase blew up. So, can you show the next thing? So, I'm going to wrap, that is what everyone already knows. If you have a friend who's a broker, they're already doing that. Oh, the price to sign up, to unlock you get a brokerage, it facilitates every other business in the world that you want to do. Because guess what? Sooner or later, your customers need Bitcoin, no matter what business you're in. And now you can profit off of getting them that Bitcoin, getting them the latest tokens, and getting them crypto to crypto trades. If you're doing nothing, that's not even your real business. That's why I wanted CN up there, to explain to you, that's not even his business. He just understands that no matter what he's doing, this becomes the infrastructure. Because they can't do anything without crypto in the crypto space. That will start to proliferate across regular financial markets. I'm going to show you guys some new things. This is the new checkout for credit card purchases made with Bitcoin. We had a lot of people complain saying, it's too complicated. So we built this out. If you look at the domain, everyone here gets a token.globalexchange.com/checkout domain. That's your affiliate domain. We've now made another domain for everyone who just wants to sell Bitcoin quick. So it's bitcoin.gxbroker.com/checkout/your ID. If you send someone this, they can now buy Bitcoin credit card. That's it. Simple. This is live now, by the way. Every time they go to your brokerage and they click credit card, they already get redirected to this. Very quick. Very simple to use. Next one. Oh, this is the new checkout for signing someone up for a GX brokerage. Where's Alice? Alice is in the building? No, not yet. She's jumped down somewhere. But anyway, we've had a lot of people say we need to redefine this. This is how simple it is for you to sign up a broker. Because let me explain the math to you. I'm going to send my link to Albert. He's going to use it once. He's going to use it again because he gets that 24/7 support. He's just messages in WhatsApp. Can I get more Bitcoin? No problem. He's going to use it a third time. And then you know what he's going to say? How hard is it to do this? And he's going to go in his WhatsApp chat and say to us, can I become a broker? Because what is he losing? He's just purchasing Bitcoin. Might as well continue to proliferate that. He sees that I'm doing nothing. And now he becomes a broker in my broker network. And I don't know how many of you understand their like very, very innovative compensation structure. You get paid on every single transaction in every single broker in your entire network. That's an interesting compensation plan. All right, next page. Oh, and this is your personal exchange page. This is not live yet. Every single broker will get this own personal exchange page. It looks like you landed on an OTC trading desk, and it'll be customizable. It will be customizable for your brand, for what you want to do, and they can buy Ethereum and Bitcoin. So Ethereum is coming out to buy in the next couple of weeks, 2 weeks max. And we'll add Litecoin, we'll add each one of them. These are dollar crypto trades. These are not crypto to crypto trades. These are US dollar crypto trades, which are very hard to do. And yeah, they can see their payment options, contact, and we will just be releasing tool after tool after tool to scale your business. Is there another one here? No. Okay. So again, if this is your
first time hearing about this, this is an overflow of information, and I haven't got started yet.
Can you just repeat that again, please?
Yeah. This is an overflow of information, and I have really remedialized what we do, and I haven't got started yet. So I'm not going to get started yet because people need to go home. But go learn about the remainder of the technologies. This is just scratching the surface of what we do. I'm going to end it off with one thing that's coming down the pipeline. No one in this room knows what this is, that we're doing this. And it's not going to be live until August 1st. So, on August 1st, the crypto-to-crypto trading platform launches. Oh, by the way, for those that can understand what I meant, you can sell tokens, your favorite tokens, you can sell directly on your website. So if he's passionate about soccer, he can sell soccer coin. He becomes the arbiter of soccer coin. He can sell mainstream cryptos, or he can sell the trading apps. What does that mean, sell the trading apps? That means when the customer wants to exchange Ethereum for Litecoin, he doesn't go on Binance anymore. He uses his GX trade routing engine, and guess who gets paid? Albert,
every time, like clockwork. You saw that $6 billion. This is what I did. People don't believe me. Don't worry, I'll release audited statements. Those $6 million that BitMEX would have paid, do you know how much Sharpan keeps in global exchange? $0.00. I don't expect any of you to believe me. 100%, because don't worry, it's all going on a blockchain. You'll be able to see it. 100% of our transaction fees are paid out to brokers. Not 50%, 100%. And I will close out with something coming down the pipe. Crypto enthusiasts will really appreciate this. If you're not crypto, you might not understand how ridiculous what I'm about to say is. Cool, thanks. Remember, we're giving everyone their own exchange. So now they need to go market their exchange, attract customers, which in a bull market is just a joke. It's a joke. You can like Bitcoin, like it will come. But how do you go about doing that? Who knows what local Bitcoins is? Local Bitcoins users. Oh, I love explaining this concept to people. And I'm done. I promise I'm done after this. I've been told to get off stage so many times. Keep going? Keep going?
Talk about the documentary for 1 second before you finish.
Say it again?
Talk about the documentary.
I will, and I'm going to play it. You got it ready to play? You're the best. Localbitcoins.com. Don't believe what I'm going to say. Go look it up when you get a chance. This is one of the oldest websites in crypto. Older than Coinbase, older than Binance, one of the oldest websites. It has one of the worst looking user interfaces in history, and it is popular as CoinMarketCap. You know what people do on it? It's like Tinder for people like CN. He goes on local Bitcoins and he says, I sell Bitcoin. He goes on local Bitcoins, he says, I want to buy Bitcoin. And then they say, let's meet at Tim Hortons. That is what local Bitcoins does. It facilitates the offline purchase of crypto. It's Kijiji. Does that make sense? I mean, these guys are geniuses. They're Eastern European. They came out with this. This is like 2009 when they came out with this. How do you think people got Bitcoin? This was before exchanges became evolved and Coinbase started taking credit card. And this is how people got Bitcoin. This is still how people get Bitcoin in countries like India, in countries like South Africa, in countries like Venezuela. They use local Bitcoins. I have watched this website with envy. Envy. Are you telling me they have offline buyers and sellers? Offline meaning off the grid, because there's the transactions not happening online. And they have that all over the world? I said, my God, we need something like that. So we have spent the last 5 months, as soon as we launched GXBroker, we said we need to give everyone a distribution tool to be able to promote their business. We have two. One I'm not even allowed to announce today. The other one I will. So we've launched something called Invest Search. Okay. Scroll to the right. Oh my, this is like the anti-Steve Jobs moment. Like, when Steve Jobs was releasing the iPhone, none of the iPhone worked. You should go watch this, a very interesting news article. The iPhone didn't work. It wasn't done being built. They contorted it in so many different ways, so as soon as he swiped it, manually swiped, he had to change the iPhone like 10 times because one iPhone was there to show the camera, display the camera, the other one was there to show music, because they didn't work on one phone. And the way they pulled it off was miraculous. Like, it's like a piece of art, how he's a magician. I said, and this is the complete opposite of that. Anyway, go to the first website. The last one, sorry, the third one. No, oh my God, again, reload. There we go. What does this look like? Yell it out. Oh, it does look like Google. I think it does look like Google, does it not? So we have spent so much time. My CTO's crazy. You guys never meet someone like him. Shout out to Sujan where he is. Yes, he is just bonk. He's as crazy as me. So when we get together, stuff like this happens. Invest Search is a search engine that indexes the financial web. Okay, let that sink in for 1 second. Don't worry, you'll clap. Trust me, you'll clap. A search engine that indexes the entire financial web. We're not going to beat Google. That's not our competition. That's not competition. Our competition is CoinMarketCap. Because why do people go to CoinMarketCap?
prices.
To see Bitcoin prices. It's just the best place to go see them. But CoinMarketCap leaves a lot of information out, like what people are thinking and what links are related to that coin, like that coin that you're looking at. So we created Invest Search where you can do, it'll start with cryptocurrencies. We will expand this to any financial asset. Stocks, equities, bonds, derivatives, insurance, where people will be able to search any financial instrument and get it. Can someone type in Bitcoin? Or BTC, Bitcoin, both of them will work. No, you gotta spell it, oh, BTC, yeah. Click search.
You have to hit search?
Oh, you might have already hit it up.
There we go. Sorry guys, the internet is broken. What is that? This is your search page. When you click Bitcoin, it's not loading, so that's just lovely. Can I pay for some high-speed internet? Who sells internet? Someone's gonna have to hotspot. Oh my god. Anyway, don't worry, I'll do another one of these and I'll make it real. Oh, there we go. And then this is the chart. Someone's hotspotting already? Oh, perfect. So, what happens here? Oh, it's an INR. That's funny. It's supposed to be dollars. Anyway, you get all of your Bitcoin analytics in one place. You get all of your statistics in one place. Of course, you get the price denominated in any currency. Of course, you get a simple-to-use chart. But then, you get all of the links that is associated. This scrolls, goes for pages and pages and pages. You get all of the links associated with that cryptocurrency. This is how you search for any financial asset. And it's actionable. Listen to me again, actionable. As soon as someone wants to trade, they click this button. It takes them to the exchange. Scroll up. Can you scroll up? No, up. Go back to the homepage. No. That one. Homepage on Invest Search. Thank you. I see what you're trying to do there. Playing with the Mac. Nice. Okay, top right corner. By the way, you can click any of these currencies. It'll take you to the currency page. You can type in any of the currencies on CoinMarketCap. It'll index it for you. Okay, top right corner. What do you see? Exchange locally. You see market, which is like all the market prices. You see GX. You see bank, which might be Invest Bank, and then if you click, you can't see it properly, there's all of the Google Chrome functions. Click the 9 buttons. Then you get all of your different applications in one place. But let me tell you why this is important. This will facilitate all online purchases through brokers. Right? You're a broker, you can just buy advertising space on Invest Search. So you can grow your business just by capturing. We give you the tool to capture your audience. Pause. Now, how you do it for offline. Remember, there's CoinMarketCap and then there's local Bitcoin. Click exchange local. Actually, just go to the first page. Let me click that. Just go to the first page. And we will be launching Invest Local Search, which is local Bitcoins. Only for GXBrokers. So now, people in Mississauga, in Brampton, in Bradford, in London, in Birmingham, in Paris, brokers everywhere can directly advertise online and offline, and all the offline purchases he used to do is facilitated through your brokerage. Okay? So we're giving you the brokerage. If you are like CN, you're just a monster, and you can build it, great. You'll make a fortune. If you need distribution for your brokerage, we will give you that. If you need tools on how to fulfill that, we will give you that. All we want you doing is driving traffic. That's what you get paid for. You will have the greatest tools in the world at your fingertips come August 1st. And you are 45 days away from that. So any smart person is sitting here going like, yo, this kid is a lunatic. But he might actually pull this off. And if we believe he's going to pull this off, we might want to be 45 days early. Because if you're 45 days early, you might be able to stack your brokerage. Just like Mr. Tigley, who saw this at the end of April because he was one of the few people I introduced it to, and said, I don't understand really what this guy's saying, but I think someone's going to want to
want to join and become their own cryptocurrency broker. And I'm good at getting brokers. And all I want to do until August 1st is get other brokers. Because come August 1st, my business is built. So this, guys, for the last of the people that have spent time with me, again, I'm scratching the surface of what we have. We have ammunition beyond belief. Nobody knows about us. I'm telling you, nobody knows about us. This is 200 people, brokers all over the world. It's a joke. It's a joke. I haven't put my foot on the gas yet. I'm like, I made the joke to where if this is like, you know, Raptors just won the championship, I haven't even gone to the gym, my socks aren't even on. I mean, they're saying all these incredible things, but I'm like, yo, let me play first. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the most lethal weapon, and again, it's not because of us or our incredible ideas or incredible technology. It's because for the first time in the crypto space, we built an agnostic tool. I don't care what cryptocurrency you like, I don't care what token you're promoting, I don't care what you want to do with it. We built an agnostic tool that allows you to capture value, that allows anyone to build their toll road. So with that being said, that is global exchange. Wow. Oh, they're signing people up? So, again, I mentioned Ian. I want to give Ian ultimate credit because he is just a genius. We are shooting a documentary. I mean, this man has done documentaries for CBC. He's worked with every celebrity you can imagine. The fact that he's ingratiated us with his presence is just astonishing. The fact that he loves around this equipment and follows me all over the world is just astonishing. And we're shooting a documentary called The Challengers. This is going to air with our launch. And The Challenger was supposed to be a documentary, arrogantly enough, about me. We changed that because we understood what we were tapping into is far bigger than any company. If I may show you the trailer he put together last night. So this is by no means his work, like in terms of what he's capable of. I just told him, hey, we need to show them something. He has been shooting for about 4 weeks now. He followed me around Asia, he came to Europe, but he's going to be shooting the entire growth of this thing. And he's creating this documentary called The Challengers. Why is it called The Challengers? Because every single person in this room and every single person out there is going to go up against a serious challenge soon. It has nothing to do with any of your capabilities. It's called automation. And I know this is left-wing, right-wing stuff in terms of like, has no relation to cryptocurrency, but it does. And I'm gonna get a little, so prepare for it. Prepare for the futurist. None of you do jobs as well as machines. Doesn't matter what you do. I'm telling you right now, you guys all suck. A machine can do everything you're doing monumentally better than you. Make sense? Yeah. That's already the case. If you think that's a couple years from now, it's already the case. You know why your company hasn't fired you? Why do you think? Legal. Goodwill. 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 They're just trying to be nice. They genuinely don't need you. They're just trying to be nice. They're trying to work within a political framework because laying everyone off at one time is not going to be the hottest thing in the world. And so how do you combat that? The way you combat that, I've heard so many ridiculous theories. This is something, just a genuine reflection of automation. How do we fix it? This is a huge political concept. An election's coming up in the US. They're talking about it everywhere. People say it's going to be retraining. That's hilarious. Retraining what? You got put out of your job by a machine. The job you're getting retrained to do will also be put out by that same machine.
It's going to be selling machines.
Where did he say that? Who said that? He said that. That is a figment of what's the case. Every single one of you and every person out there, the person that used to put on wheels at General Motors, is going to go from the labor economy to the influence economy. Let me say that again. Not the service economy, the influence economy. That doesn't mean they're influential. That doesn't mean that's not what they mean. That just means they're influencers. Even one person. You will only be compensated in the future for as much as you can drive in traffic. Because everyone is going to be an entertainer. I'll tell you this, I couldn't care less what robot puts my car together, but I don't want to see robots singing top 40 hits yet. I don't want to see robots entertaining, convincing me to buy things. Also, they're starting to do that, but they're not doing that as well as humans. Everyone will be driven to being an influence-based economy. How much influence do I have? If you're Lionel Messi, you're going to get paid really well. Not for playing soccer anymore, because you're very influential. If you're my mother, you might not be Lionel Messi, but you still have influence at people at your church. You can convince them to buy something. Guys, anyone in here that's already doing affiliate marketing, you don't understand how in sync with the global macro trend you actually are. That is the future. It might not be called that. It will be called some form of carving out influence to drive your revenue. Okay, so then what does that look like practically? You need an instrument by which you can capture your influence. Dare I say that might be denominated in some currency? Dare I say that might be denominated in a digital currency?
Yes.
I might dare to say that. Yeah. I might dare to say that's already happening.
I'd say so.
I would say so as well. So you need somewhere where you can capture that and monetize your influence, whatever you're selling. That is the long-term prospects for GXBroker. When I mean long-term, now I'm talking 5-10 years out. That GXBroker will where you capture your influence in tokenized products. There's going to be millions of tokenized products. Every financial asset will be tokenized. And your brokerage is where you capture influence. He likes soccer? Perfect. He'll sell soccer coins. Because that's what people want to buy from him. And you capture your influence. That is the challenger. You will all be challenged, and you will put up a challenge if you can capture influence. And I believe the tokenized economic model is the best way to do that. But of course, biasly, I believe that GXBroker is the best way to sell tokens or sell any type of cryptocurrency. This is just a very unfiltered trailer, nothing compared to what Ian has up his bag. But let's watch it.
Without borders, except our wish that all nations work toward
being able to catch that up against its tide. It's like trying to solve water.
Bitcoin!
Bitcoin, the online currency, now worth billions.
Bitcoin represents a disruptive influence for a highly corrupted, centralized financial system.
80% of Americans believe that America is run for big businesses, not for ordinary Americans.
There's an old saying that the French have had since over 200 years ago. Plus ça change, plus c'est la même chose. The more it changes, the more it's the same.
The invention of Bitcoin at the end of the world financial crisis created unique opportunities.
In 2017, I co-founded a company with my good friend who's sitting in the audience, Mr. Warren Carson, called Invest Bank. We are originally headquartered out of Toronto, Canada. Invest Bank was the world's first cryptocurrency banking institution that had physical branches.
Most people, when they meet him, it doesn't take very long to figure out he's a very special individual. I didn't know how old he was at the time, and I found out later that he was only 21 years old. But his way of thinking, his intellect, his mindset, like a 50-year-old who's been entrenched in business that entire time.
This is the future that we're creating. There are very few things in life where the opportunity is so big that even all of the negative collateral damage that comes along with it is worth it.
It's a way that we might be able to end war in total because we change the economics.
Stars are aligning, man. Do you feel it? Centric footage of me. We've now interviewed a lot of the brokers, we've interviewed a lot of the different people. Had a great opportunity to interview some scientists last week, 2 weeks ago. You guys will be asked to shoot interviews at the back, if I'm not mistaken, Ian. Where is he? Yep.
whoever has an opinion, and everyone has opinions, whoever has an opinion on this space, on just the current macroeconomics, substrate, politics, Ian will be calling you out, and you guys will be doing interviews with sign a consent form, and you can be featured in the documentary. This thing will air everywhere, including Netflix, and so we are super, super excited about that. Please do not get out of your seats. Don't do the registration right now, we'll do it after. Thank you. I have run over my time so incredibly irresponsibly. I hope it was worth it. Thank you.
Friends who know me, no matter what, I do that anyways. Doesn't matter where you are. I got a form here. It looks just like this. It's called an offline sign up. If you want to be a part of this, to be GXLive, I'm pointing that sharp end. GXLive. It's a thing now. Then all you gotta do is fill this out and make sure you go with the person who brought you to the table outside. Now I know a lot of you are gonna want to have questions as well, or take some pictures. We're gonna be doing that. Just make sure you take care of this first. Because we don't want this to get backed up and you forget, right? So, without further ado, let's end off tonight. Let's land this plane. Let's land this puppy with a big amount of momentum. Everyone take a deep breath. Exhale. All the skepticism, breathe in. All the faith and the hope in the future. And exhale again. Turn to someone and say, that was crazy. That was crazy. Someone else and say,